What have you been doing since we last spoke? Like, why are you the biggest heel on the planet now, Andrew?
Because Adam, right? So Adam was like, he was saying all this horrible stuff about the people that watch and everything. And I was like, well, that's not true. Me and Owen just made a really, just a rubbish joke beforehand, and I couldn't stop laughing at that. It was... and now I'm the biggest bad, even though Adam's out there kicking people in the street. I don't know what's going on.
It seems like a great misunderstanding. You know, I mean that and all Cultaholic fans are idiots who live in a basement that you wrote on Twitter and deleted shortly afterwards.
Not you. Stop. We're done.
Is that not common? Oh, cut that bit out, Owen. Make sure you cut that bit out. Here's some wrestling news. We have everything you need to know about Zelina Vega's WWE return. Plus, we've got an update on WWE live events getting back up and running. And let's take a cheeky look at Impact Wrestling Under Siege this weekend. What happened? Zelina Vega happened. That's what. Zelina Vega, according to Fightful, getting back into WWE. What is going on, Andrew?
So, let me tell you. So, yeah, Fightful Select reported that Vega was filmed walking into the Performance Center with Simone Johnson, who is obviously the daughter of The Rock. And Fightful also reported that Vega's return has been in the works for some time. So, that's pretty interesting.
So, the thing there, walking in with Simone Johnson, has suggested there is some kind of potential partnership there. We'll dig into that in a little bit. But for those who missed this first time round, sort of why was Zelina Vega released? Well, back in November of last year, it all kicked off because WWE were looking to get their talent to stop streaming on Twitch, to stop any third-party deals with things like Cameo and TikTok, and they gave them a time period to get all their affairs in order and then sign new deals so they could all do the Twitch stuff and all that stuff through the WWE. This gave us the treat that is Undertaker doing a cameo for All Elite Scooby-Doo. So I'm not massively sad that this is a thing that happened. However, many were very outspoken about it, including AJ Styles. Sir Paige was very outspoken, as was Zelina Vega, who had no intentions on cutting off one of her main streams of financial income. She made so much money doing stuff on Twitch, and she wasn't going to give that up. In fact, she started an OnlyFans while all this was going on as well. Why not? WWE treated this as a breach of contract. We saw Zelina Vega tweet out, "I support unionization," and then a few minutes later, WWE tweeting out, "WWE has come to the terms of the release of Zelina Vega. We wish her all the best in her future endeavors." Since then, we've Zelina Vega have conversations with SAG-AFTRA discussing potential unionization. Not much came of that, to be honest. And it was reported that she signed an undisclosed short-term deal that prevented her from working outside of WWE, which kind of put the kibosh on her turning up at AEW Revolution, despite the fact that Tony would like to do a little bit of work with Thea Trinidad. What do we think we are going to see Zelina Vega back in WWE doing, Andrew?
Well, I'm not entirely sure. Obviously I feel like she's amazing as a manager, someone there as a mouthpiece to sort of get someone over and stuff. She's always been phenomenal at that, but she's also really good at wrestling. So I would love to see, rather than just being in the managerial role, I would love to see her back doing stuff with Simone, maybe as a tag team, or maybe even get more people involved and get some dominant women's faction going, which would be really cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's happening. I'm just happy that Zelina Vega is back. Well, hopefully, fingers crossed, back wrestling again.
A real talent, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Absolute star. And the one thing I thought of, because obviously she was filmed walking into the Performance Center, as you said. Oh, there she is now. She was seen walking into the Performance Center with Simone Johnson, which suggests a partnership with her. Mm-hmm. As you said, now I originally thought in a managerial capacity. Mm-hmm. You said tag team, and it never occurred to me. And that's on me, because it's easy to forget that Zelina Vega is a phenomenal wrestler as well as a great manager. So that's on me. So as a tag team, maybe that'd be great.
That would be amazing. Sorry, the fire thing's going off. It's all right, guys. Don't worry, we're all fine.
Come on. We can't lie to the audience. That is the breaking news alarm.
Sorry, that's the breaking news alarm.
That is the breaking news alarm. And So whenever breaking news comes in, we and I can reveal the breaking news this morning is regarding WWE live shows.
Ooh, segue.
So yeah, you've now got the breaking news in front of you, Andrew. What's this breaking news about live news all about?
I do. So Andrew Zarian, who also broke the news that NXT was moving to Tuesdays, he's reported that WWE plan to host live events from July 16th. And on the Mat Men Pro Wrestling podcast, Zarian noted that he had heard that fans will be welcome back between July 16th and 19th. So that's exciting.
I thought that WWE were going to hold off on the first live crowd until SummerSlam. Because that would be like big show to kick it off, and then from there off we go back in front of live crowds for the rest of time, or until the next pandemic. Until the egg virus takes us in 2097. But I wonder whether... You can't help but feel the fact that AEW getting started back sooner. I know they've gone, we're not bothered anyway. We've always had our plans. You can't help feel like it's put the fear up them a little bit. They're like, we want to be one of the first to get back. We don't want them to be the first back.
I agree, and I was like, when we saw sort of AEW's timescale, excuse me, I was like, oh, they'll be on it straight away. They'll be like the week before the AEW like start going. But I think what you said as well, I think it would have been really cool to see them have another big show in SummerSlam and have people there, and then sort of after that gradually like get people back into the live show kind of thing again. But I mean, you know, I guess business is business, and as long as people are staying safe as well at these events, then I mean, it's just going to be nice to see people at a wrestling event again, isn't it? Like it was at WrestleMania. Like it's just going to be good to have that energy from the crowds, and I think when we see that, when we watch it too, that gives us like more energy about watching stuff, because obviously, you know, poor you when you had to do Raw graded and stuff. I think the crowd at least tried to make it a little bit more entertaining than what it may have been. So
I was out with an old friend of mine, old boss of mine last night, and I was explaining the wrestling thing to them, and I was saying how WWE moved their operations into like their training facility, and it's so difficult to because the whole thing was they kept banging on throughout the. And, you know, both parties have, to both AEW and WWE have been going, oh, we're providing escapism. But the problem is it's not escapism. When you, like, those 6 weeks at AEW or whatever it was, where they were coming out of the one of the training schools, and like and also in like the near empty Daly's place, and then WWE coming out of the Performance Center, and then the 1984-esque nightmare that is the Thunderdome still.
Yeah.
Like, it's not escapism, because every time you look, you're reminded, oh yeah, the world's on fire, like, because nobody could actually be there. So I'm looking forward to a controlled, organized, safe return of actual live crowds. I think it's going to give wrestling a real shot in the arm. Impact Wrestling, another one that unfortunately, as hard as they've been working, it's hard to provide that escapism in that empty soundstage in Tennessee. They adding crowd.wav has kind of helped. but I'm being mean about Impact, but they've been putting on a phenomenal show during the pandemic, and they have an Impact special coming up this weekend, which is Under Siege, and we had a huge X Division title match announced for that, didn't we, Andrew?
We did, yeah. So Josh Alexander's next challenger for the X Division Championship is going to be El Phantasmo, which is... I'm not very familiar sort of with like New Japan and Impact kind of stuff, but like, El Phantasmo, that's exciting. That's really exciting.
I had the pleasure of commentating about 2 years ago, maybe 3, a match between El Phantasmo and Pac in Birmingham. Oh, it's good. Phantasmo's great. There was an amazing spot on Impact last night, which saw him doing like the old school rope walk around the ring. Even jumped over a guy that was trying to knock him off the rope, landed perfectly on the ropes, and then just hits a Death Valley driver off the top and onto the floor. It's amazing. I've quote retweeted it on my Twitter. Go and have a look at it. It's flipping brilliant. In fact, whilst I'm running down, have you got the Twitter machine in front of you?
I do. I've got my telephone. Yes, I got my modular telephone.
Look, check out my Twitter. Watch that thing. I'll quickly run down the card and we'll talk about it afterwards.
That sounds good.
Impact under siege this weekend. So X-Division champion Josh Alexander putting it on the line against El Phantasmo. We're going to see Susan, the other alternative character of Su Yung, teaming with Kimberly to face Tennille Dashwood and the returning Taylor Wilde. W. Morrissey, formerly Big Cass, taking on Willie Mack. They had a showdown last night that set this one up. Brian Myers, AEW invading to take on Black Taurus. We'll see a tag team eliminator 4-way. TJP and Pete Williams teaming up to face Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, taking on Triple XL, taking on Rahit Raju and Shearer to determine some top contenders for the tag titles. Also, we'll see the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. He's seen it. The Knockouts Tag Team Champions on the line. Rachel Ellering and Jordan Grace facing Fire and Flavor. It's good, isn't it?
That's amazing. That's such a good spot. Oh my God.
Deonna Purrazzo and Havoc for the Knockouts Championship. A 6-way top contenders match to face Kenny Omega at some point. Moose versus Chris Sabin versus Trey Miguel versus Sami Callihan versus Chris Bay versus Matt Cardona. And for the Impact World Champion Kenny Omega in action, teaming with the Good Brothers to face Eddie Edwards and the Impact Tag Champs Finn Juice under siege this weekend. Are we enjoying some of the stuff that Impact have been doing as of late, Andrew?
Yeah, I think they've been. Again, as someone who's not really familiar with it, recently, like, picking little bits up and stuff, it's been really, really fun. And this sort of, like, the AEW and Impact thing, and then the New Japan stuff as well, like, it's been exciting. As a wrestling fan, to see all these things collide together, what more could you ask for? It's like when the Avengers get together, it's just, like, amazing. It feels good.
Well, why in Slack did you say that it's rubbish? And you hope that Impact Wrestling goes out of business soon? I thought a bit harsh. You changed your tune since then.
Don't listen to anybody. No, what's going on? What's this conspiracy
Don't trust
theory?
anybody. Twitch.tv/LoveYouByFriday from 1 p.m. 4 p.m. British summertime. Andrew said 1 p.m. He distracted me. 4 p.m. British summertime. It's you and I taking live calls to the isolation station. Andrew, what have you got this weekend? You doing anything nice?
Do you know what? It's Nerd City Central, Tom. It's Final Fantasy Fan Fest over the weekend. So me and a friend, we are gonna absolutely just cane both days, Saturday and Sunday, and do that. So I'm just looking forward to spending some time with my friend and watching that. Yeah, what about yourself?
That is a flipping lovely. Well, I'm off next week, so this you'll be relieved to know that I'm taking my Blue Peter badge and going home for a week since the world is opening back up. But I'll still be around. We have a Desert Island Graps coming out next week featuring X-Pac.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Waltman's on. He's a good lad. But I'm off for a week. I'm going to disappear. So whatever you do, Andrew, be nice, please, because it's not nice it's not nice the things you've been saying privately about Matthew. I don't think it's fair.
What's happening? I don't understand what's going on anymore.
And also, I don't want to embarrass you because I know he's listening, but I think Owen's a great editor, and I don't care what you say.
It's gone too far. Owen, shut it down. Owen, shut this down.
Love you, bye. Love you, bye.